This lecture will provide you with an overview of the business simulation game, or the BSG, and will hopefully make you a little bit more familiar with it and get you prepared for success in it. First thing I want to talk about is why we use a simulation. I mentioned a few of these in the opening class when I was introducing the fact that we're going to be using a simulation, but I'll go over them again. First of all, it gives you a big picture. It gives us an opportunity to see our decisions that we make in business and their impacts on the company. And those decisions and their impacts will be examined within the context of overall business operations and across functional boundaries. Simulations are nice because they're risk-free. You can lose a ton of money in your company and not actually lose money. So it gives you an opportunity to be innovative and to explore alternative strategies and tactics without having to worry about losing your shirt. It gives you an opportunity to compress time. Several years worth of decision making will play out during the term. In fact, you will be running the company for 9 years, and you'll get to see the impact of your decisions over those 9 years in only 15 weeks. Finally, or not finally, but another reason that we use a simulation is to help you develop your critical thinking skills. This is a complex simulation, and lots of decisions will be made and lots of information will be at your disposal to make those decisions. It'll be your job, your challenge, to try and decipher all that information, make heads and tails of it, and make decisions from it. So therefore, your critical thinking skills will be developed. And finally, a simulation allows us to see that choices have consequences. You will choose strategies, you will choose tactics to implement, and you will see the results of that. Unlike any other thing you do, whether it's a project or a case where you make decisions and don't know whether those decisions are actually good or bad, in a simulation, you'll see it. Well, this business strategy game is about you running a corporation that is an athletic shoe manufacturer. You compete in markets around the world. In fact, there are 4 specific markets: North America, Latin America, the Europe-Asia market, and the Asian-Pacific market. And then there are segments within each market. There's the branded footwear that you would sell to retailers. You can sell your footwear online directly to the consumers, or there's private label sales. So there are a total of 12 market segments, 4 geographic segments, each for branded footwear to retailers, for online footwear sales, direct to consumers, and to the private label sales. Here's the situation of your company. All the companies start out on the same footing with equal sales volume, global market share, equal revenues, profits, costs, footwear quality, and so on. Each decision period in the business strategy game represents 1 year. Now, your company has been operating for 10 years, and the first set of decisions you and your co-managers will make is for year 11. The company had year 10 revenues of $238 million, net profits of $25 million, which equals $2.50 per share, and return on equity of about 17%, and a solid B+ credit rating. Your company is in sound financial condition and is performing well, and its products are well regarded by the buyers of the athletic footwear. The decisions you will be making each period relate to corporate social responsibility and citizenship, production of branded and private label athletic footwear. You have up to 10 decisions at each plant, and with a maximum of 4 plants if you decide to run all 4 plants. You will make decisions based on regarding plant capacity, whether you want to add to that capacity, or sell some of that capacity, or upgrade that capacity. You'll make decisions on worker compensation and training, shipping, how you will ship your products and where. Pricing and marketing decisions. You will have the opportunity to bid to sign celebrities who will endorse your company's footwear products. You will have financing decisions of your company. And plus, there's a screen for making annual sales forecasts and deciding whether to have inventory clearance sales or not. The competition is head-to-head, well, at least within each industry. Remember, we are running 2 different industries here, where we have 5 companies in each industry. And within those industries, it's head-to-head competition among those companies to persuade consumers to buy their brand of athletic footwear based on these 10 factors: price, the number of models and styles, the style quality or SQ rating, advertising, the size of retailer network you establish, whether you have celebrity endorsements or not, delivery time, retail support, mail-in rebates, and shipping charges, which apply to internet sales only. You have a lot of strategic options. Companies have a wide strategic latitude in staking out a market position and striving for good performance. There is no built-in bias that favors any one strategy. You can choose from any of these. Companies can pursue a competitive advantage keyed to low cost or low price footwear, or you can pursue a top-notch footwear styling and features or more value for the money. Companies can have a strategy aimed at being the clear market leader in selling branded footwear to retailers or selling directly to online buyers, or both. Companies can put in as little or as much emphasis on producing private label footwear, as well as an emphasis on producing, you can put in as little or as much emphasis on producing private label footwear as you prefer. Companies can focus on one or two geographic regions or strive for a geographic balance, many regions. Companies can pursue essentially the same strategy worldwide or craft a slightly different multi-domestic strategy for each geographic region. As I said, no one strategy is best. Any strategy can succeed. It all depends upon how well conceived, well executed the competitive approach is. That determines your success, provided your strategy isn't overpowered by the strategies of your competitors, or defeated by the presence of too many copycat strategies that dilute its effectiveness. In other words, which strategy delivers the best performance hinges on the strength and interplay of each company's strategy and decisions against the strategies and decisions employed by rival companies. There is positively no mystery silver bullet strategy or decision combination that players are challenged to discover. What worked for someone in the past may not work this year. So if you talk to previous students, what they did last year worked for them simply because it worked relative to their competitors last year. It may or may not work this year. So while it may be wise to try and at least talk to some of the former students or people who've done the game, it's not a guarantee that what they did will work in your situation. Why? Because it's all relative. All sales and market share differences among companies are attributable to the differing competitive efforts on price and service quality rating and advertising, the models offered, the delivery times, retailer support, and so forth that each of you individually as companies decide. Hence, every company's strategic challenge is to craft a competitive strategy consisting of your prices and SKU ratings, advertising models, all those things that I've mentioned before, that you believe will produce the desired sales and market share outcomes when pitted against the competitive strategies of rival companies, region by region. Following each year's decisions, you'll be provided with a competitive intelligent report, which contains information of the actions rivals took to capture the sales and market shares that they got. Armed with this information, you'll be in a pretty good position to figure out some of the strategic moves that rival companies are likely to make in the upcoming decision period. Just as in sports, where it's customary for every team to scout its next opponent thoroughly and develop a game plan to defeat them, you will need to scout the strategies of the rivals to try and judge what they will do next and come up with a competitive strategy of your own, aimed at defeating their strategies and boosting your company's performance. You have to stay on top of the changing market and competitive conditions, try to avoid being outmaneuvered and put in a competitive bind by the actions and maneuvers of your rival companies, and make sure your footwear is attractively priced and competitively marketed. Just as you are trying to win business away from rival companies, some or all of your rivals are certain to be actively striving to take sales away from your company. It's a competitive power of your strategy vis-a-vis the competitive power of your rival strategy that is the deciding factor in this simulation. The industry setting of the BSG is modeled to closely approximate the real-world character of the global competitive athletic footwear industry. The functioning of the marketplace in the BSG mirrors the competitive functioning of the real-world athletic footwear, thus allowing you and your co-managers to proceed rationally and logically in deciding what to do. All you need to to participate in the BSG is an internet browser, whether it's Firefox or Safari or Internet Explorer, plus Flash, a Flash plugin, version 10.0 or later. You can either use the same PC for all your BSG sessions, or you can use a different PC. It matters not. The BSG Online automatically transfers the needed software from the BSG server to your PC. When you exit a session, your work is saved and transferred back to the server. The last decisions saved to the BSG server at the time of the decision deadline are the ones used to generate results. How will you be judged? Well, your board members and shareholders, investors have a set of 5 performance objectives for the company, and you can see them listed there. Note, a company's image rating is tied to the styling and quality of a company's branded footwear, market share penetration, and its actions to display corporate citizenship and social responsibility. So you want to try and hit all 5 of these targets in order to have your performance judged well. The weight of those factors are all equal, each carrying about 25% or a fifth of the rating. There are 2 scoring standards actually used in calculating performance scores at the BSG for each company. The investor's expectations: did you meet or beat the annual performance targets for each of the 5 performance measures? And, in addition to that, the best in industry standard: how well does your company's performance stack up against the company with the best EPS, ROE, stock price, and image rating, and against the industry best A+ credit rating? The scoring standards are explained in your player's guide even more fully on the help screens for the footwear industry report. Each time you log into the BSG, you are automatically routed to your company's corporate lobby page. The corporate lobby page is your gateway to all BSG activities. Near the top of the page is a series of menus that provide instant access to all the necessary information, materials, and tools you'll need: the player's guide, the decision schedule, assignments, any support, and even your company name. Below these menus items are a decision and reports box for accessing the decision entry screens and viewing reports, a message center box, and information showing the latest exchange rate adjustments, current interest rates, and your company's performance scoreboard. You have anywhere, anytime access to your corporate lobby from any PC that's connected to the internet. Shortly after registering, you and your co-managers should decide on a name for your athletic footwear company. Your company's name must begin with a letter of the alphabet that you have been assigned. Names can be up to 20 characters, and to name the company, click on the company name menu item near the top of the corporate lobby screen and enter your company's full name in the space provided. All company names, remember, are public and appear in the footwear industry report. Thus, you should select a name that you're proud of and that reflects the image you want to project to your customers, shareholders, and other company stakeholders in the general public. Decisions are due every Tuesday evening at 5:55 p.m. Central Time. The results are available about 15 to 20 minutes after the decision deadline. You will be notified via email as soon as the decisions are ready. Some tips for success. Number 1, first and foremost, learn the industry. This makes a big competitive advantage for those who know the industry well versus those who don't. Study the player's guide. Learn from the practice round. Study the corporate intelligence reports. Whenever you want more in-depth explanations and details than contained in the video tutorial, click on the Help button at the top of the decision screen or report. Follow the suggested decision procedures that you can see the support menu in your corporate lobby for more information about this. Learn as much as you can from the practice decisions. We'll have 2 of them. The chief purpose of the practice decisions is to help you become fully acquainted with the simulation. And also apply the course concepts that we've learned throughout the course. And rely on sound business practice, not video game defy all logic moves, but rational business decisions. That's about all that we have for the simulation. I'll see you guys when I return from Phoenix. Good luck.